Hello friends, so welcome to this demo. In this particular lecture, we'll go through all the options we have in case of Azure Sentinel when we click on the Sentinel workspace. So the first option you get is overview. So overview is where you get information about all the alerts and events happened over time and number of incidents or the recent incidents you'll get. So from the dashboard, you'll get the total number of events and alerts, incidents, new, which are progress, closed, all these information you'll be able to get it from here. So if you have set, let's say, analytic query and you have created alerts, and on the basis of that, all these incidents which are newly received, so you'll get those details over here as well. Don't worry, we'll discuss in the analytics and incident lectures or the investigation demos as well. And the next is basically on the basis of log analytics where we can run the Kusto query and see the various kind of results. So let's say if I'll click over here and okay, so let's change it to 7 days because there is no data for last 1 day. You can see that okay, we have the number of alerts. So we can try and use different Kusto queries and then on the basis of that we can use the queries under the analytics. Then you have is the news and guides. You can look if there is any kind of new announcement and all those things, what all other features, enhancements are there. You can use that. Then we have is the very important tab, threat management. So under threat management, you have incidents. So all these incidents you can see that we have created or are there depending on the analytic queries we have created. So like we have queries for the user edit to the global admin, user removed from the global admin. So if you'll click on incidents, you'll be able to see that okay, all the queries are related to those. So it really depends on the queries which you have created. And again, you can change the time period. It is showing number of incidents, open, closed, in progress. You can assign the incident to someone and change its status and change its severity. So all these things you get it from the incidents tab, and we'll get much more details when we actually do a demo. We can investigate and all those things we'll be able to see. Then is the workbook. So this is used actually for the interactive dashboards, preparing dashboards, and there are a number of templates which are already provided by the Microsoft. We can use those templates provided we have the data connectivity or the data for that. So you can add a workbook, you can create a workbook, and you can create your own custom dashboards basically to have a visibility. You can also share these workbooks, edit these workbooks, and combine text, graphs, metrics, and the log analytic queries. All these things we can do with the help of workbooks, and we'll also see this in a demo. Then we have is the threat hunting, which is actually very helpful in doing the proactive scanning or kind of a looking for the attack pattern. So here also there are a couple of queries which are created by the Microsoft experts, and we can run these queries. We can find it out. Like first query is showing changes made to the custom policy, IAM policy. Here we can see that okay, how many changes have been made in case of IAM policy. For all this to work, the main thing is that okay, the connector for that particular thing should be working. And you can also create your custom queries. All these things we can do it over Azure. There are a number of providers as well, and you can do the threat hunting. Then you have is the notebooks in case of Azure, which can help you to do the automation, and you can use the notebooks and for the threat hunting as well. Then we have is the data connector. So this part is basically for the configuration. So data connector is like when we want that okay, different services or different, let's say, log sources should then send data to the Sentinel. So for those things, for each and everything, we have the different connectors. So there are different connectors like Amazon Web Services, Azure Active Directory, activity logs, firewall, and there are different providers as well. You can choose those depending on the data you want to send it to Azure Sentinel. So we'll have a couple of demos as well, and you'll have much more clarity over there. And it's within few clicks we'll be able to use this or configure the data connectors. Then you have is the analytics tab where you can create your query so that on the basis of which on you want to create incident, and you can use this analytic query. You can link the playbooks with these queries. So if you'll open up this particular alert, let's say, or click on this edit, and you can basically merge the number of rules, and then you can create that basically Kusto query, and you can map the entities, and you can set the frequency that okay, how many times or within time frame you want to run the query. You can s- stop the query or do a suppression, let's say after how many number of hours or minutes. Then you can have some incident settings, you can do the alert grouping, and this is very good option where you can link the playbooks with this so that you can automate or orchestrate the response for the particular alert, and with the help of which we'll be able to create incident or respond to incidents automatically. Then we have is the playbooks. Playbooks are basically for the automation or for the orchestration. So let's say if we have linked the particular query with the playbook, then we want is, let's say if someone adds a user, let's say to the Active Directory, we can notify or create a playbook. Let's say if we want to block the user within the Active Directory, or let's say we want to notify some security operations team, so you can see the playbooks. So we'll play with these playbooks as well during the demo lectures. Then you have is the community, wherein you can use the GitHub repositories and all those things to really get the data for the, if you want to create custom playbooks, you want to check for the hunting, and we'll also use this a couple of playbooks, and for threat hunting we'll try to pick up the data from the Azure Sentinel as well. So if you'll go to the Azure Sentinel community, you'll see that okay, we have different options for each and everything, with the help of which we'll be able to get queries already created, as you can see, for the notebooks, playbooks, and here we have something for the hunting queries as well. So all these options Microsoft provide us in one single console. Then you can use the setting basically. If you want to remove the Sentinel, you want to change the workspace settings. If you want to remove the Sentinel, we'll discuss in detail as well this. Then you can see the pricing option, the data you have consumed till date. All these options you'll be able to see it from here. So these are the different tabs, friends. Just a quick overview so that we can get a glimpse that okay, what all options we have before we digging further into the theory lectures. So this is it, friends. In this lecture, thank you for watching this lecture. Meet in the next lecture. Thank you.